Hi there. This is probably a question that you don't think about much, if at all. How do I know the New Testament is complete, accurate, and inspired by God? But when you think about it, it's a fair question to ask. I mean, we know that the New Testament includes 27 books, but how do we know that only those 27 books are inspired by God? Why not 26 or 29 or some other number? And it's not like the 27 number was an obvious and easy decision, as it took over 300 years for even the first person, as you can see in the yellow shaded column, Athanasius, to suggest all 27 books were in fact inspired. And you can see in the blue shaded cells that as late as 325 AD, the book of James, the second and third book of John, and Jude were still disputed. But why did it take so long? And if it did take that long, how do we know they eventually got it right? Well, surprisingly, the answer I was looking for came at the same time I learned the truth about the Catholic Church. So let me take you through the 4 simple steps I now use to prove that the New Testament is complete, accurate, and inspired by God. Step 1 is knowing that the New Testament is historically reliable. And what I mean by that is we know this by the number of manuscripts or handwritten copies and the time between the original writing and the earliest copy. As you can see, the New Testament is by far, and I mean by far, the most historically reliable piece of antiquated literature. Homer's Iliad is the closest, but it's not even really close. 643 copies versus over 24,000 for the New Testament. The earliest copy written 500 years after the original versus 25 years for the New Testament. I saw that and thought, if I didn't believe in the historical reliability of the New Testament, then I couldn't be confident in any piece of antiquated literature. So based on these tests, we don't know yet that the New Testament is inspired by God, but we do know that it is historically reliable. So now we move on to step 2. And what does this historically reliable document have to say? Well, this person named Jesus performed miracles, forgave sins, and claimed to be God. As Christians, we believe his claim to be true, that he is God. That's step 2. So now step 3 is knowing that Jesus is God. We can look in the New Testament to see if he said anything definitive about the number of books that should be in it. The answer is no, he did not. But he did say a lot of things. He said that he would build his church, it would have final authority, and he would protect it from the lies and deception of Satan. So let's turn to that authoritative and infallible church to see if they made any decrees concerning the New Testament. And we find that his church did. It did take over 300 years, as we saw, but the church finally decreed the truth in regards to the number of books in the New Testament. 27, no more, no less. First in the Regional Council of Rome in 382 AD, reaffirmed again in 393, 397, and again in 405 by Pope Innocent. And then, with more finality and authority, at the ecumenical councils at Florence in 442 and again at Trent in 1546. So we can be assured that there are 27 books in the New Testament, no more, no less, and they are complete, accurate, and inspired by God, not because of any man-made rationale, but because Jesus' authoritative and infallible church says so. My reasoning is simple. Jesus is God. He gave authority and protection from error to his church, and his church says that there are 27 books. Why make it any more complicated than that? Plus, I know now it to be true. In my next video, I'll discuss the accurate number of books in the Old Testament, and that video will get a bit more dicey. Whereas Protestants and Catholics agree that there are 27 books in the New Testament, there is disagreement on the Old Testament, where the Protestant Bible has 7 less books. We'll discuss why that is and who's reading the complete Bible. And you can probably guess who gets it right. God bless you, and God bless the Catholic Church.